Welcome to Bias Bash. I'm Lauren Green. Ben Carson is now a top-tier candidate, placing second to Donald Trump in a number of polls. Trump stole headlines when he initially began to outpace Bush in the polls. And it's curious that Carson isn't getting the same treatment. The media has seemed to have written him off. However, as we've learned from Trump, that decision is one that could be perilous. Here with reaction and media analysis, Bureau Chief of Talk Radio News Service and a Fox News contributor, Ellen Ratner. Welcome, Ellen.
Thank you so much.
Curious thing that I didn't really take notice of that, but you're right about the sort of Ben Carson Trump kind of
So what happened
scenario.
is, of course, Trump started coming up, and then the media became obsessed with Trump because he was so interesting. And I was at the last debate, the Fox debate in Cleveland, Ohio, my hometown, and there was everybody obsessed with Donald Trump and everything, and the media would, like, every time he was about ready to speak, we'd like move ahead, and then Ben Carson, who wasn't yet up in the polls, he came down, he spoke to the media afterwards, talked to everybody, and there wasn't even much written about him or any of his quotes or anything. And it's the same thing that's going on. There was actually a poll, I think today, that has him even or above Trump by 1 point. So why isn't the media paying more attention to him? Is it that he's not that entertaining? Is it, although I thought he was very entertaining during the last debate when he talked about what he had to do as a neurosurgeon. Yes. And so why isn't the media paying attention and giving him his dues? I think that's a big problem, and I think it's the media just not looking at what they really should be looking at in this race. They've decided who they want to cover and not who is really catching up.
Well, this goes back to the point I keep making on these bias bashes, that it's all about the narrative. And so there's something about the narrative that Ben Carson just doesn't fit into. What is that narrative?
I think the narrative is, well, one, we have seen one narrative happen, and this is both Donald Trump and Ben Carson, is that they are outside. So this is the year, at least for the Republican Party, and maybe even for the Democratic Party, that people want an outsider.
At least at this
at this stage. And so that's one narrative that's going on. The other narrative is, how do you take somebody who, I mean, at least Donald Trump has had some dealings with politicians. Ben Carson really hasn't. He's been in the operating room.
Right.
And so how do you take somebody from that and move them into the political arena?
Well, this is very interesting too, because, the appeal to the media is how the media then appeals the story. And so what is he saying to the media that they're missing?
I don't know. I think that he has talked, I saw him talking after the Fox debate, and I have to tell you, I thought he was A, articulate, and B, that he was very interesting the way he put the world of medicine together with the world of politics together, and the media, I think, didn't get it.
Have they decided, though, that he's not a viable candidate because he does not have the business background and he doesn't have the political background?
I think so. I think the media has prejudged him, and I think that's a big mistake. Now, I'm not probably going to vote for Ben Carson. I'm a liberal, but on the other hand, it's a mistake to write this man off, who obviously is extremely intelligent.
Yeah, very interesting. It'll be interesting to see how the scenario plays itself out over the next few months as they sort of jockey.
And well, the media will come along.
Yeah, and after the next debate too, that'll be very interesting. All right, thank you very much, Ellen. If you want to hear more media analysis on this topic, catch Media Buzz with Howard Kurtz, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern and again at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Fox News Channel. I'm Lauren Green, and thanks for watching.